Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am BorderWise and welcome back to From the Depths, totally scientific combat testing, where we're doing something a little bit different today. It's the Drakenslang again, Mark II specifically, but we're putting her up against something that I already know can beat her, or at the very least can highlight some of her weaknesses, because that's what combat testing is about. It's learning stuff. It's about being honest with the thing you have made, about what it's good at and what it's not so good at. So, for those of you who don't know, the Hypernova is I think it's a godly class, a Scarlet Dawn design, that is basically an evasive, fast, front-sider. Mostly focusing on lasers, and I think sniping lasers at that. So it's got back here, I believe, yes, here are the lasers. They're just tucked into the hull, and there's extra lasers. I believe these are just straight up lasers. Yes, they are. Let's see. Yep, those are lasers. So it's basically all lasers all the time. Let's see. Total firepower is... that's not accurate. So the total firepower is like almost... this is basically lasers and nothing else. However, there is a very good reason why I can beat the Drakenslang, and that's because it's fast and it keeps its distance. So... Draki, as much as I love her, she's not great against things which can keep their distance successfully, because cram cannons tend to suck against things at long range, if they're moving at all, and unlike the Mark I, these shells are kind of slow. They move about 700 meters per second. And before I forget, I just need to shout out the person who suggested this, because it's such a good idea. I was wondering... who exactly... well, what? I was wondering what to throw the Drakenslang up against next, and Ethereal128. Thank you for suggesting this. It's quite an slightly off-the-wall idea to, like, showcase that, yes, there are campaign designs which are pound for pound stronger than this thing I've made. I don't know if the Hypernova will win this, but yeah. So thank you, Ethereal, and let's begin. So you can see there that immediately the first shots miss, and lasers are going away, and I do believe like might be pound for pound. We'll have to see. So you'll see that the Hypernova is... I forgot to put her in her fleet colors. She is skimming away low over the water. Those crabs I think bounced off the water, and she's bouncing up and down now. So this is her whole shtick. Is that she flies very low, bounces up and down. That's dangerously low, actually. So she's lost 3% health, but see how far away the Drakenslang is? And how her APS is now missing? And yeah, that is an issue. Let's go all the way back here. The Drakenslang can't keep up, but she can't maintain a consistent broadside, which is a problem. And yes, she has laser defense, but... those are very strong lasers. You can see they're getting through here, and it looks... yep, they are cooking APS components. You can see in here, this is an issue. In fact, what is the top... what is the speed? 77 meters per second. Drakenslang is faster, and you see, yep, we're starting to lose it. Lasers are actually, if you just get their AP high enough, there is pretty much nothing that they can't take on. So... This is going to be quite a long fight, but yeah, Draki is not going to win this, simply because that laser is just going to tear straight through. And Draki does have smoke, by the way. She has smoke, she has laser defense. It's not going to be enough, though, and particularly if, yep, that's one Azapod shot off already. If the Hypernova keeps shooting the Azapods off, that's going to be a real issue. Has lost some health though. Let's see here. Follow this over here. And that missed. So let's see what's happened here. Looks like, yeah, it's mostly this solid... well, it's the heavy armor wedge again, so... as per usual, this kind of thing punches way above its weight, and it's expensive. Although not that expensive compared to Draki, the Hypernova is about 1 million materials. But it's a bouncy front-siding airship, so... this is the kind of thing that, like, when you're the one using it, it feels awesome because it just, demolishes most things. And if you're the one fighting it and you're trying to have fun with, like, you know, actual ships and that kind of thing, it's a giant pain in the butt. So yeah, it is a problem. Now you can see those APS shells aren't particularly slow, but still, they're having a little bit of trouble landing shots consistently. Actually, hold on a minute, we might actually win this simply because the Hypernova just appeared to have lost a lot of laser components. Oh my word, this thing is just basically solid heavy armor. Interesting. Bear in mind though, half the cost. So regardless of this round, we're going to do a 2v1 now. And remember how the Drakenslang managed to take on 2 5th seasons at the same time? Oh, okay, no, that, like, it missed. If the mortar had hit, though, that would have been hilarious. It would have been hilarious and silly. So yeah, this is actually one of the reasons why I want to make a Drakenslang Mark III, which is mostly going to be the same, except the main weapons are going to be redone. I'm going to swap the APS out for basically AP timed frag, simply because I'm so fond of that shell these days. And also because it's just wonderfully versatile and is much fun. Damn, that is pretty. That pattern that's been done there. Let's see here. Yeah, the front has been kind of badly schmooshed there. Where's that laser? Where's that laser going? Okay, it's over there now. What else can we talk about? Yeah, so I want to redo both the main APS and the rear crams. Also, fun fact about Draki, she's very inefficient in a campaign setting. I'm going to follow this mortar just for giggles. Those of you who've caught my live streams playing through the Caravonian Rebellion, I've spawned her in there just for fun mostly, simply because she's real overkill for the Caravonian Rebellion, which is a custom campaign that's designed to be easier than neater. Frankly, like, you know, the Drakenslang is such overkill for that campaign that it's like, it's less useful than just something cheaper. It's a real moment that mirrors real life. You don't send a battleship to do a frigate's job. You know, you don't, because there's nothing that can even threaten her, and mostly, oh my god, that mortar actually did something. Oh my word. I guess there's something to be said for, wow. Mortars are easy to forget about. Also, frontsiders like this, yeah, wow, that is impressive. I can't believe that mortar actually did that. But yeah, it's easy to forget. I think this thing has, no, it hasn't ruined its steering. There should be a mortar coming in right now. Yeah, so this is the caveat to crams suck at long range. They suck at long range against things that don't move in a straight line. If you do move in a straight line, crams can still hit you. Worth bearing in mind. The Drakenslang has, however, only about 5.5 minutes to actually kill the Hypernova, otherwise I'm going to consider it a draw. Because the Drakenslang costs twice as much, and if it was optimized properly for fighting something like the Hypernova, this fight would have been over a while ago. Oh my goodness, you are actually going to sit in the water, aren't you? No, you're not. So, that is one weakness of the Hypernova, actually. Who made this thing? Is the Jewel. Is that it gets dangerously close to just essentially sinking itself. Okay, let's see here. I want to see. Yeah, look at that. Jeez, it's just. This thing is, and pardon me for saying so, I know I'm the canoe guy, it's like 2 canoes stuck together and then, like, you know, made more pretty. I need to remember when we do round 2 to spawn these things, this thing in its fleet colors, because as pretty much all campaign craft are these days, it looks dope. It looks so good. Where is the mortar? Whee! That's not going to hit at all. I think the Hypernova possibly sped up. Or slowed down. Or just varied its speed. Interesting that, like, the Hypernova's... Let's have a look at her top speed. So the Hypernova's top speed is 80 meters per second. Top speed of the Drakenslang is 91 meters per second. That basically means that if the Hypernova was standing still, we'd be advancing towards it about 10 meters per second, which is not very fast, and plenty of time for these lasers to do their work. You are not bouncing as much as you used to be. Interesting. What the hell am I looking at? Is there a mortar coming in? Oh my goodness, there is. Whoa, that whiffed. Yeah, you can see this is one of the problems with using mortars against the frontsiders, is that not only do they, well, they move forward and backwards, which completely throws the targeting of mortars off. Also, well, basically everything really, and it's also quite noticeable with crams. If this thing reverses onto land, by the way, I'm not going to hold it against it. Like, one of the things that bugs me from the depths is that, yes, in the recent patch, avoiding other craft has gotten a lot better, so craft-on-craft collision. Terrain avoidance is still really terrible. Like, from the depths craft, still, they check straight down to avoid terrain, and they don't look forward in whatever direction they're moving in. So yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem, and I hate it. But at the same time, it's like, I have no idea how complicated that would be to fix. I mean, I guess the detection ray, you really could just, I don't know, add some code that makes it so it, like, looks forward at an angle. Where are we? Are we in the... Oh, how about that? We're in the Scarlet Dawn neck of the woods. This thing's gonna run into land. When it does that, I will, well, I'll let this play out, because it'll be funny. Although, actually, if it rubs its butt on land... Wow, that mortar... I think the detection over on Draki has been damaged. Yep, you are going to bash your butt on land. There we go. Whoopsie day. Somebody forgot to rubberproof. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And now she's going to flop in the crater. Nope, she isn't. No, she is going to ram into a different amount of land, though, by the looks of it. No, she isn't. Look at that. I wonder if she can last the full 10... Nope. Oh, that's bad. That's bad for you. Are the crams actually finally going to get shots off? Do you think? Do you reckon? By the looks of it, no. I can't tell what's happening. Wow, look at that. Like, all the azopods on the... Yep, there's some crammage. I wonder if they're going to hit. Whee! They missed. This is actually just fun to watch, though, honestly, so I'm gonna keep going. Bearing in mind that, yeah, 1v1, Hypernova, half the cost of Draki. The 2v2, I think, is going to be a little bit of a different story. And this is why it is actually kind of helpful to do the occasional combat test, and I need to save a preset for that. For testing when land is annoying. I wonder if, now I'm just wondering if the Drakenslang is going to beach itself. Although, hang on, let us see here. Drakenslang, how fast are you moving? You are moving, oh, only 30 meters per second. Which, all that does is make your crams more accurate. Oh, that was a good shot. Damn. Wow, and that's... Whoa, that's a lot of lasers just falling off. I wonder if Draki can kill this thing in about just over 20 seconds. I do wonder. I wonder I does. Oh, dear. Yep. Oh, low health. There you go. Okay, so I actually wasn't expecting the Drakenslang to win. I think that fight would have dragged on a lot longer, you know, if the land hadn't been in the way. I guess that's one way to deal with a very fast frontsider that keeps running away from you, is make it reverse into land. So let's go back to the setup, and let's go back here, and let's go to teams, add blueprint to team, Hypernova, let's do 500 meters sideway distance, altitude of 200, apply to team, and we want their actual fleet colors. Let's see how Draki does against 2 of these things. I guarantee you it's not going to go as swimmingly as it did for the first round. Where the hell is everyone? Okay. Alright, so this is now a much more fair fight, because the Drakenslang Mark II is like about 2 million materials. Well, actually, it's about 2.1 million materials. And yeah, it's like the Hypernova is about 1 million materials apiece. So let's see what happens when we have 2 of them. And immediately you can see Draki has lost some health. This is actually the combat test I did where I realized, oh no, the Drakenslang does really badly against 2 of these things at once. Are those trams going to hit? They are not. They're going to whiff completely. Now the question is, are the 2 Hypernovas going to collide with each other? I don't think so. Let's go see how much health Draki is losing. Because I think these lasers... I haven't checked the internals of the Hypernova, by the way, but I suspect that they have a huge amount of frequency doublers. Like, more than you can shake a stick at. Yeah, that's a lot of hair. That's a lot of blocks falling off. Let's see, what's that laser doing? Yeah, oh, wow, yeah, you can... It's that pulse laser, that, I think that 1Q hull laser that's really making a mess of things. So this is a great example of needing to... Wait a minute, that's not a particle... No, that is a sniping laser. Of course, if the crams can actually do what they're supposed to do, that is going to make a huge difference. Oh my goodness, I think one of them actually hit. Or did they? I can't actually tell. Nope, it didn't. Whiffed completely. So yeah, Draki, pound for pound, once the materials are, once the material count is equal, yeah, not so one-sided. In fact, it's one-sided the other way. And this is just like, for anyone who didn't know already, bouncing airships, just something with like a breadboard or a PID that makes them adjust their altitude like every 10 seconds or so. It's just ridiculously good at evading incoming shots, even potentially very fast shots, depending on the shape of the craft or how fast it's moving in general. Just because the From the Depths AI literally cannot predict shots in straight lines. Although I believe there are people have made Lua code that allows the From the Depths AI to do that, but yeah. Man, I need to, now I want to make my own laser frontsider. That tends to be the case with a really formidable craft. There's like, I don't know, I have a weird reflex when I have real trouble with a craft. You know, I want to avoid beating it using its own tricks against it for some reason. I want to figure it out myself, which is kind of dumb, because this is a video game and meta is meta, you know. Yeah, wow, there's a lot of blocks flying off Draki. And this mortar is, I can already tell it is going to miss. Although this is a very convenient way to see that just how much bigger the Drakenslang is than these 2 things. I arguably could have made the Drakenslang a lot smaller and saved a lot of blocks simply by not making her so damn long. But you know what? Canoe Maker has got a canoe. I should make channel merch with canoe t-shirts and all that stuff. Problem is trying to find a t-shirt manufacturer which doesn't use outright slave labor and destroy the environment, while still keeping the t-shirt affordable. If anyone has suggestions for that, like, let me know, because I keep putting off, like, making channel merch. Yeah. Why am I talking about merch now? That's how you know a fight is exciting. Look how far away that thing is. Oh, let's have a look on Draki. I think a lot of her, I think a whole bunch of her Azabots have been shot off. Let's go here, let's have a look-see. Okay, no, not that many. Whoa, though. Yeah, that's a lot of armor chunked off. Lots of armor chunked off. Oh, let's have a look at you. Let's see how you're doing. Not great, obviously. Yeah, these are very high AP lasers by the looks of it. Also, I think that one pulse laser, I think it just goes for raw damage rather than like ridiculous amounts of AP, and that's why I can just, whenever that fires, it just puts a hole like straight through like dozens of blocks at once. So yeah, this is going to be a slow, painful death for Draki, but I think it's gonna happen. I think a more campaign viable version of the Drakenslang wouldn't even be a hydrofoil. You just chop the bow and the stern off, round them off, just put like actual propellers in the front and back, similar to how the Steel Striders do their craft. And yeah, it'll be a lot smaller, it'll be a lot more maneuverable. Although Draki is maneuverable, it's just she moves so bloody fast that it still takes, she still has a hell of a turning radius. Oh boy. Yeah, once these lasers manage to get through and breach, well, they have already breached this inner citadel. Man, I am proud of the Draki's armor, actually. It's pretty good. Just layered HP with metal and wood. Also, she is weirdly intact at the moment. Another thing is that for a campaign design, you don't want frontsiders. Work pretty well. I think I had someone in Steam chat saying the other day that frontsiders don't work very well in the campaign. They actually do. You just gotta take care that they don't get surrounded. Once you're all good with that, yeah, like they're very, very good. Fixed broadsiders though, that's a different story because I feel like this is a right-sider, by the way. I feel that doesn't do so well in the campaign because it means that, like, depending on where enemies spawn, you got problems with the ship just having to turn itself. Yeah, okay, yeah, that one major pulse laser. Let's go have a look over here. I'm so glad you can hitch rides on stuff like this. Yeah, that this laser here. Let's have a look at its internals. Oh yeah, wow. That's no, that's what I was looking at. Let's go back here. Okay, so the disadvantage of this whole laser is that it has basically no. Ooh, wow. Woo, baby. Whee! And Drakenslang has is down to about 92% health. Interesting. If those mortar hits get lucky, though, that'll be whoopsie daisy. That's not what I wanted to do. No. What are you even locking onto, you fool? You fool! Oh, here's a mortar. Wow, that other like Hypernova is just over the horizon. Over the event horizon, in fact. Where are we? Are we going to run into more islands? Are we going to chase each other all the way to the edge of the map? I think we might. It'll also be interesting to see who runs out of materials first, because it's pretty even at the moment. 260,000 to 130,000. Actually less so over here, probably because she's burning custom jets. If a Draki wins this... Oh wait, no, that's a lot of blocks. Oh, hello, hello, hello. That looks like... Okay, no. Oh no, that's a turret. That's a turret that got headshot. Yep. Headshot turret. Youch. Yeah, sniping lasers, no joke. Really no joke whatsoever. Jeez. Oh, hello. Oh my goodness, did a mortar do that? I think a mortar might have done that. Yeah, looks like it. Where was that? Oh, that's a whole... Yeah, that was a mortar shot. That must have sunk in. Where would that have gone? Trying to see here, where would that have gone? Wow! Came in at an angle by the looks of it. Let's see, where would it have been? Where would it have been? Where would that have been? Hello? Somewhere in here, I'm guessing. What the? Is that? Oh, no it isn't. Okay. My goodness. That was a lucky shot if that was a mortar. And is there land in this direction? Yes, there is. Right, so really, like, the Drakenslang would win this a lot more easily, like, if we just made her have much faster shells. She's actually landing shots... Okay, never mind. I was about to say she was landing shots pretty consistently. She isn't. And, every time I think about getting rid of the mortar that she has, I'm just... Stuff like this happens, where I'm just like, wow, that actually worked out wonderfully. Oh my god, she's landing cram shots. I guess she's managing to keep up. Huh. Am I underestimating the Draki? Am I underestimating her? I think I might have underestimated her again. She doesn't like it when I do that. Whenever I think every time I've said like, oh no, she's gonna lose. She's gonna lose. It's gonna be terrible, guys. She's gonna put on a brave fight, but she's gonna cark it. And she's like, uh-huh, you think so? I don't think so. I think also her keeping all of her azapods actually might actually help a lot with her managing to catch up to this Hypernova. Let's see, are you steering towards the land though? Because if you are, that's a problem. Oh my god, that mortar... What? Mortars are that thing is like, they're really bad right up until they aren't. Right up until you forget about them and then they're like, haha, hello, do you remember me? I'm here. And Draki looks like all her rubber bits are still intact, although she's not actually touching the, whatchamacallit? She's not touching the land, although she might bump the land right about... No, wee! That, ladies and gentlemen, and people who are not ladies or gentlemen, oh no. Oh, dearie, dearie me. Oh yeah, I also forgot she has those saber guns. Oh boy, that's bad. Did she actually take some collision damage? She didn't, by the looks of it, but yeah, that rocked her. That rocked her good. That lag is her potentially being all collision-y. Let's see, actually, if she's... One of the problems with combat testing with really fast craft is, like... Is that, well, they run all over the map. Let's have a look here. What's this? Looks like the cram components. By the way, this is one of the reasons why, these chunky pancake turrets are kind of great. Is that, you know, they can take shots straight through them and, like, the enemy will miss the important components, which is quite nice. These are weird islands. When I start messing with the From the Depths map editor, oh my goodness. Wow, it's been so long that the diff Sabo guns on Draki are actually, they've reloaded. That never happens. Is there a mortar? Yes, there is. Is this thing going to be a magic mortar? Hey, if we hide behind this island, the second Hypernova can't shoot us. There's no way this is going to hit. Although I think that every single time. My goodness. There is a... Damn it, I've forgotten the name of it. There is a Onyx Watchcraft, a new one. Which has mortars which also act as direct fire crams. And it is the cool... It's gonna hit. It's gonna do something. Oh... No, it's not gonna hit. Never mind. Never mind. Where's the... Wow, we've left that second Hypernova in the dust and it's gonna run out of... Wow, the Drakenslang is actually just gonna outlast these things. It's just gonna... It burns through material slightly less fast than they do. Although, wow, something just fell off there. I mean, if she gets all her AI sniped out, before that happens, that could be a bit of an issue. That is... Yeah, that's a lot of blocks falling off. Wow. Draki, you have seen better days. Still, shout out to those heavy armor beam slopes. Those things backed by alloy are like... That is ridiculously good Citadel armor, just in terms of, like, that compromise between protection and, like, being light and floaty. It works really well, and for the one, for my complete craft building, that tutorial, very long tutorial series that I'm making, I can't believe I didn't do that, because I knew about it at the time, and then I didn't do it, and I feel very silly about it. Is there a mortar coming in? Where are we going? Okay, so now we're rounding the islands over here. Wow, that Hypernova is just gonna lose all its materials just trying to keep up. I mean, I guess that's another way of dealing with a frontsider, is just, you know, run away from it more efficiently than it can keep up, and then it runs out of materials. Oh my god. Oh my giddy Aunt Fanny. How the hell is the mortar the MVP weapon of this whole... of this fight? What? That also took out a lot of stuff. What did that do? Oh, oh wow, yeah, it's getting right in there and making a mess. Whew. Yeah, that thing has only got a few... Well, yeah, 38,000 materials to go. It's interesting. That is an interesting weakness of the Hypernova, is that when moving forward, it burns more materials than it does going backwards. That is... Oh my word. Oh my god. What the hell? Draki, you're making me feel bad. Like, damn it, the whole point of this was to show that, like, you know, campaign designs are not to be underestimated, even if you make giant Doomcraft. Well, looks like this giant Doomcraft, just with its little crappy mortar... Well, it's not that crappy. Just, it's kind of an afterthought mortar. The frickin' mortar is what's carrying this. That's funny to me. That's so silly. Wow, that thing is so far away. Mortars, man. Apparently you shouldn't underestimate them. Like, ever. I think also at the same time, like, back and forth movement kind of is a problem for mortar targeting, but up and down they don't care because they come from above anyway. I think those disruptor shells over on Draki are actually doing a great job taking out laser components. It's just that, never mind. Okay, yeah, those pulse lasers are still really, really strong. I am actually going to turn the UI on because I want to see... Actually, when those lasers turn off, then we'll know for sure. Actually, no, we won't, actually, because they'll go on for a little bit. If we can essentially get a Hypernova to despawn just from running out of materials, that'll be very, very funny. There's that mortar. It almost mortared. Oh, it's got 16,000 materials left. Oh, boy. It's funny to me. It's funny. Well, okay, wow, alright, so run out of time. Technically the Hypernovas have won. And yeah, like, but also, like, you know what? I want to keep it going because I want to see what happens. I want to see this thing despawn. Technically, Hypernovas won because the Drakenslang was just very inefficient in how it was dealing with this. But also, it's going to outlast them. It's going to friggin... This one's going to despawn because it's going to run out of, it's going to run out of coal for the steam engine, so to speak. And also, if we keep getting lucky with mortar shots, like the other one is going to die eventually. That is very, very funny. Whoop. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Wait for it. 5,000. 4,000. 3,000. 2,000. 1,500. 0. And low materials. And too low. So, wow. So, Draki just basically managed to outlast one of them and make it despawn. I'm really wondering if that mortar hits, that, like... Oh my god. What the hell did that do? Did that do anything? Wow. Well, like, we effectively, like, technically, within the 10-minute time limit, Draki didn't do a very good job, but also, given more time than that, she apparently did just fine. Seriously, like, what the... Draki keeps surprising me. I built the damn thing, and she keeps surprising me. It'd be interesting to do this again with the Mark III, with much faster shells, which will not be railguns, because I... frankly don't like railguns, and like my instinct appears to keep being correct like that. It's just because they're awesome, but they're also kind of resource inefficient. Gunpowder is better, so generally. Don't quote me on that. So, that does it for this kind of weird scientific combat testing. I'm not sure what we learned here. I've learned that the Drakenslang keeps surprising me, and I've also learned that you know, no amount of smoke is going to stop a really doomy laser from killing you. Now I want to make up like a proper Battleship kind of laser thingy. Just so we can like zap things lengthways. But in any case, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps, and there's fun perks in it for you. Thank you to all my current supporters, and I will see you next time in From the Depths, totally scientific combat testing. Farewell.